Hey guys, what's happening? So with getting back into our coverage on the Philip K. Johnson Hulk series, by and large, this is a separate story from what we're covering with Blood Hunt. And I say that because a few of you guys have been asking, like, where's the Hulk? And there is a Hulk Blood Hunt tie-in coming out later this month that we'll get into. But until then, just think of this series as its own thing, with very loose connections, since there was a Blade and Hulk crossover earlier in this story. But aside from that, Bruce and the Hulk got a lot going on that they need to sort out as well. And I got the playlist down in the description for anyone who's just jumping in here and would like to know what's going on. So with that said, let's dive back in. But first, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to catch the spills every week. And don't forget to hit that bell up top to get all notifications so we can squad up in the comments for the first hour. Alright, so coming back, we pick up with both Bruce and the Hulk, who were both recently sent inside of the Soul Cage by Dr. Voodoo to search for a powerful magician who goes by the name of Suman Guru, who's a flesh weaver that can weave the unspent years of someone's life into actual flesh, amongst other twisted things as well. And now with young Charlie's soul being trapped in a figurine because of her encounter with the frozen Charlotte, this now sets the stage to where, as it would seem, Suman Guru is Charlie's only hope. So with him being trapped in the Soul Cage, which is like a magic prison for evil spirits, Bruce has to go in there and find him and convince him to help. And even though this thing seems small on the outside, it is a very vast space on the inside, something more like a pocket dimension of sorts. But after both Bruce and the Hulk are sent in here, Bruce, he's ready to go looking for the Flesh Weaver. But the Hulk, he's got some unfinished business with Bruce, especially now with the two of them standing in the same plane of existence, with no barriers, which is something they haven't had in a while. But the Hulk just goes off, because he's been holding on to a lot of his issues with Bruce for quite some time. Like Bruce trying to cure himself, which effectively means kill the Hulk. Bruce trying to control the Hulk with the whole starship situation. Bruce trying to cure Betty, which again, for the Hulk, cure means kill. Which now this just has the Hulk like, how about I cure myself of you? Which again, this just takes us back to one of the main plot threads that we saw when this series began, with the Hulk wanting to get rid of Bruce for good. But right in the middle of Bruce getting choked out, as he's trying to tell the Hulk that Charlie needs him, just over the Hulk's shoulder, there's this guy hanging upside down while having his insides eaten by some gremlin-esque looking creatures. Not really sure what they are, but the sight of this is just enough to stop any argument, so it gets both the Hulk and Bruce's attention. Though in Bruce's case, he's still trying to get the Hulk to stop choking him. But one of these creatures looks over at the two of them, and it says, play. But mind you, this whole time, the dude that's hanging upside down, he's still alive while all of this is happening. It's crazy. But he starts telling Bruce and the Hulk how at one point he had a noble house, lands, army, fortune, and all of that's gone. And the only thing he has left is this one word of advice, which is fling thyself from this accursed tree and seek not the web of Suman Guru. Just before his legs snap, and this guy goes falling. And after those little demons are done with him, they come after Bruce, snatching him out of the Hulk's hand, pushing him into a huge bird cage, hanging off this tree. And for a moment here, it almost seems like Bruce is getting ready to be bird food. But he's able to buy himself some time when he finds a sword that's sitting in this cage that belonged to somebody who didn't make it. And he's able to use it to fight these things off just long enough for the Hulk to get there and handle the rest. But Hulk doesn't kill this thing, he just steps on his neck and kind of just keeps it there for a little bit. And after saving Banner here, he tells Banner, like, what were you saying before about being needed? Because clearly Banner's the one who needed Hulk just now. So right here in response, Banner, he kind of goes off. And he tells the Hulk, Charlie died because of you. I tried to send her away so she'd be safe from you. You were that kid's hero. You were supposed to protect her, but all you can do is break things. You hate me for the things I've done? You want to kill me? Fine. We'll settle up about all of it, but you better help me save Charlie first. Which right there, this gets the two of them on the same page, at least for the time being. So next, the Hulk mounts this bird creature, so Banner hops on and they fly along. And I feel like right here they should just cue the theme song to The Never-Ending Story, I don't know. But as they make their way around this place, they've got quite the view. And I mean, at one point it looks like Death is out here just chilling. But as they continue to explore and open up the map, for a moment here, Banner's like, how are we gonna find one evil spirit in a prison full of evil spirits. Cause it's almost like they're searching for a needle in a haystack. But as they make their way, Banner sees what looks like an entrance just under the tree. So he's more or less like, hey, we might have some luck there. But as soon as they head for it, a huge bat bites the bird that they're flying on, sending them crashing down and forcing them to walk the rest of the way. And as they continue forward, they head into this entrance just under the tree, where just inside they find a vast number of corpses webbed up all along the walls of this place, which for Banner, looking around and seeing some of the armor and different artifacts in here, it has him thinking like, man, this place is too old for it to be something that Dr. Voodoo created, which right there just begs the question, what's the actual backstory to this place? But Hulk just cuts off Bruce. He's like, I don't care. We bring the kid back, we leave. But as they make their way forward, Hulk steps on a skull, and right away a ton of creatures start forming around them, followed by a voice saying, "Two of the newly condemned do I see. From whence do you come to the Tree of Souls?" So Banner's just like, "Are you Suman Guru?" And the voice responds saying, "You know my name and yet are not afraid, or not as afraid as you should be, mayhap. Mortals have forgotten much, if they now walk willingly into the lair of Suman Guru the Undying." Which now this just has Banner like, hey man, we're not here to fight, we just want to talk. And Banner even tells him to come out, like show himself, only for Suman Guru to tell him that each of these bodies are his vessels. They're all him. So Bruce tells Suman Guru the reason why they came, with them needing his help to bring back Charlie, but this dude just takes it as a sign of disrespect. He's like, oh, y'all came here willingly, out here asking for favors. So he attacks them with these different versions of himself, where in each case, these are all creatures, warriors, and demons that Suman Guru has fought and defeated himself, which is how he's able to use all of them. And we're also told throughout the course of this more of Suman Guru's backstory, because many years ago he was human. He came from a place that's long been buried, from a people who have long been forgotten. And even as a boy, he dreamed of leaving his village and finding his fortune. But in his village there was an old witch named Abiba, who for the most part had a reputation of being a charlatan, but the young Suman Guru knew this old witch had real power, so for some time he begged her to teach him real magic, until eventually the witch Abiba gave in, and she told him, on the next moonless night, bring me a human child. And 2 nights later, the young Suman Guru did just that. And after bringing this child to her cave, it was then when Suman Guru saw her true form, which was that of a huge monstrous spider, more hideous than most nightmares. And as she fed on the child, she spun her into a cocoon of silk, and from that night forward, Suman Guru became her servant. But at this point, with Banner and Hulk facing these different versions of the Flesh Weaver, Suman Guru calls out Banner, telling him he knows he's no sorcerer, so he must be in alliance with Jericho Drum. And if Drum allowed Banner to come to this place, he must also have given Banner a way out. And that's what Suman Guru wants more than anything, because he wants payback against Drum for putting him in here. But eventually Banner's like, enough of your puppets, show us the real you, as he tosses up a torch revealing the Flesh Weaver in his true form, which of course is a huge spider, much like his mentor. But I gotta admit, something in my head just said, hey man, you remember when The Rock was a Scorpion King? With that terrible CGI everybody was talking about? But yeah, I mean, that's what popped in my mind when I first saw it. But no, after revealing his true form to be this huge monstrous spider, he tells Banner physical form is fleeting, just before diving down towards him. But when Hulk sees this, he cuts in front of the Flesh Weaver, and he just rocks this guy with a 1-2 combo, and he is done. But right here, things get really interesting, cause Suman Guru tells them, never have I felt such strength, I must possess it. So Hulk is just pretty much like, help the kid or I'll crush you. Like the Hulk don't waste no time in this series, he just gets straight to the point. But right here Suman Guru says, I cannot, but he goes on to say, I can craft a body from her blood, or her unspent heartbeats, but not bind her soul to it. I know of one power in the mortal realm that can restore her. In the deserts of the west, find the paradise of sin, built of fool's riches upon a foundation of sand. Below its grandest temple, a hidden shrine. Upon it, the pelt of a bestial god. The pelt holds the power you seek, but such power is not given Fractured Son, as he then scratches the Hulk across the chest, spilling his blood, and from that drop grows a whole nother Hulk. And so right here, Banner just calls out to Dr. Voodoo to get them out of here, now, cause ain't nobody trying to stick around and watch this other Hulk just form together. And now with both Hulk and Banner returning back to their body, after Dr. Voodoo removed their nail, it's here where this lurking bad feeling starts to creep up. Cause when they return, we don't see Dr. Voodoo mention anything to Banner, about what happened when they were gone and how Banner's physical body hulked out and him and Dr. Voodoo had that whole conversation. He doesn't mention any of that to Banner when he gets here. All he does is ask Banner if he found the Flesh Weaver, so Banner tells him yes, though he hopes no harm comes from it. And with seeing this, I can't help but to think that now the Flesh Weaver, Suman Guru, he now has what he needs to get out of the soul cage. Not to mention he also has an extra Hulk, which the Mother of Horrors might find appealing. So yeah, the possibilities of things going horrible for Dr. Voodoo, they're up there. And just after this, when he sees Banner off, he asks Banner where he's gonna head next. So Bruce tells him he's going where Suman Guru told him to go, which from its description sounds a whole lot like Las Vegas, which from here will lead us right into the Blood Hunt tie-in. So yeah, there's a lot of things cooking in this story. My only concern at this point, 13 issues in, is I'm not sure if we'll see everything turn into something, but as we go forward, I'll hold on to hope. And so now real quick, I want to give a special shout out to all the patrons. Thank you guys for all of your support. And for anyone who's new here, who wants more information on how to support the channel, I got a link below where you can go to patreon.com/dopespill. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and we'll do it again on the next one. Alright, later.